Hello and welcome back to First to Worst. I'm Spanners. I'll be one of your hosts for this run. I'm joined today in the booth by the wonderful Baldric. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon indeed. We have another Goulash 2B run to show you today. Seed 1, of course. 2 meats enter, 1 meat leaves, except we have only 1 meat entering right now. It's going to be Droid versus Perambulation, who is currently not present. He'll be running separately. Droid, how you doing?
Hey, doing good.
Doing good. All right, you ready for your run? All set?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Well, without further ado, we've got you staged in your starting room. And Baldric, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Of course. Right. Droid, would you like to go and select your first weapon? Remember, always you have 3 rerolls, should you wish to use them.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
You're going for the Rex. Okay, great. And with that, we'll meet and deafen you in Discord. Good luck on your run. We shall see you on the other side.
See you.
And there we go.
Oh, that was easy.
Very quick, very easy, and he's off.
It's almost disappointing when the runner just is so very happy with the first roll they get.
It takes some attention out of it, indeed.
And he's off. So let's unmute that stream and see what we got going. Looks like he started with the Smith & Wesson Stealth, I believe that is.
Uh, oh, it is. I thought it was the Rex when I saw it, but at least I don't need to worry about identifying it if he's going straight into the hole on the one gun. No
Well, it's a
rerolls.
6-shot Magnum. Either way.
Yep, nice meaty round. He's not going to have any problems popping heads.
No. The only consideration for this will be capacity for the static clears on first hold, which I believe is in T hallway for Seed 1.
It is indeed. And we're right here, as you can see.
As you can see.
Yeah, it should be fine. We're
In the
just
first
waiting
hold.
for the encryptions to show up now. Obviously taking out SO6 along the way.
That 44 Magnum round having no trouble popping the heads, as you say. Looks like he's got 5 statics that are going
5
to come in.
statics, 3 down the main road, 1 on each side.
So he'll have to be quick and precise with his shots. He's only got 6 to play with.
Mm-hmm. You want to be hitting every single one.
And they're up. Taking careful aim on each of them, and you were through smoothly.
Indeed, right. So that gives any viewers the chance to, well, gives them the first peek at how he's going to be performing this run. Score prediction is up and running. If you would like to put some channel points into that, please go ahead.
Gamble all your points, please. Moving right along towards our next supply room and our second hold. Second hold will be in Yellow Pit Room, which unfortunately will not be giving as big a score boost, or any score boost really, compared to other times we've seen it so far, like in Seed 8 or others.
Re-rolling, it goes past the
He's,
SMG.
he skipped a 1-point shotgun, an SMG, and very
It is a high cap
interesting.
pistol.
He spent a lot of
But
points rolling that pistol.
yes, I would have gone for the SMG, honestly, or the shotgun,
Shotgun or
or the
SMG.
bolty.
Or the bolty.
Bolty being a very good option for going for the hardened encryptions after all. That's going to be his biggest problem right now, getting through those hardens, unless he's very accurate with his shots.
Indeed. I suppose he knows what he's after, considering he was, I guess, aiming for that pistol, got himself
Yeah, he
API.
must be.
It looks like that is the CZ-75 Shadow. which is a nice pistol.
I mean, the problem with holds 2 and 3 are if you haven't got anything that can pierce those hardens, and you're not lucky, you'll get a bad angle, and you'll have to move to get those shots on target.
And even though he has API for the pistol, those are not going to be sufficient to defeat the armor on the hardened encryptions.
No. Thankfully, he's not up against the armored SO6 right now. I mean, you can still go through the face slot on the shields of those SO6 in hold 3, but we'll see if he upgrades his arsenal to deal with those. But now it's time for hold 2.
Hold 2. Camping the doorway for the first pair of sausages.
Yep, going for those quick kills there before they can even get anywhere close to the hold.
It might only have 3 hardens here. There's a nice lineup on a couple in the main room and one in the hall.
I didn't see any in this. Yeah, one in the hallway.
Who's got only 3 to deal with. And they're up. First one's down fast.
That's a nice lineup for 2 of them. The third one was a bit more tricky.
Third one offered a bit of resistance, but grew fairly smooth.
Yeah, that was quick. And he was accurate as well. On the first 2, most definitely.
Definitely had a bit of luck on those angles that they spawned in with.
Yeah, if he'd been presented with a core, that would have been a lot tougher.
The swarms are a lot more spread out now, so not much of a opportunity for a good lineup here.
No, you may want. In this sort of situation, I would probably wait near the door in the main room, the one that leads down to the staircase.
Spraying down the first one and the second, and the third.
That was a good, really competent clear there.
Obviously knows what he's after with that high cap pistol.
Yep. Took a little bit of time to do the movement, but that was unavoidable with that sort of lineup. And he did it quickly and smoothly.
With that lineup, there was going to have to be some movement, unless perhaps you stood right in the middle of the room.
It's possible, but hard due to that doorway and the top of the door frame. It can really interrupt your line of sight onto that encryption.
I thought about recycling the Smith, but decided against it. He's going to keep that a little longer.
You also have to bear in mind that the further away the encryption target is, the harder it is to hit. So being close and moving can be quicker than trying to just land shots at range. Even if it is relatively similar in terms of speed, it's a more definitive, less risk option in terms of landing those shots.
Indeed. Now,
of course,
he did have the chance.
Better than speed.
He did have the chance to roll a battle rifle in the previous room, and it looks like he might have. What's this in here? I kind of quite missed it. A 2-point shotgun. He is rolling that, getting the shorty stockless trash tier with slugs.
I'd roll that again.
Ooh.
And he does.
Yeah. Got the Benelli 4 that time.
He'll want to re-roll that ammo.
Slugs, though.
I mean, slugs aren't bad. They hit hard, so 6 will die quickly to them.
They do hit hard.
Until armor comes into play.
Yeah, and the main utility for the shotgun right now would have been for the hardens. Unfortunately, with slugs, that's a lot less useful now.
I mean, you can head off to the ammo spawner and see what he gets.
Oh, he did. It's still slugs.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, he's stuck with slugs with it. He's thinking about it. At this point, I would recycle both the Smith and that shorty shotgun. But he's keeping him.
Yeah, I would just get those points back. There's only so much point in carrying weapons around. As soon as Sosig to your left.
Missed it for a second.
The Sosig also missed him, it seems. So that's a lot of hardens. Is that 6? Or is it
Looks
just
like
5?
6, I think, but with a nice lineup in the middle of the room.
1 down, 2 down.
3 down,
Ooh,
4, he's gonna
struggling
run out
on
of
3, 4,
Ooh,
5,
just enough ammo.
6. Last bullet.
Last round.
That's one good example of why you should always keep your gun topped up.
I was sure he was gonna have to stop for a reload there with how many rounds he was spending on each one, but just enough.
Really makes you wonder why some games do things like applying more damage to your last shot to make it more likely you get that kill, when it just happens naturally anyway.
Truly. The number of times I've had or we've seen an encryption clear, chasing down that last agile with the last shot.
It happens incredibly often.
It feels like it does. And there's the swarms. Slowing down a little bit to
Slightly
take his
slower on the
shots.
second.
Did run out of ammo that time. Lost a few
It wasn't
seconds
rushed by
there.
So6, so no health lost at least.
I'm not... Well, I guess he has taken a couple of hits from patrols. But overall, he hasn't taken a lot of damage.
No, he's still got almost all his health left. We don't have to worry about that at all. So he does seem to really like that pistol.
We
Which is a
saw
good
this
thing.
in some of his previous rounds as well, using dual-wielding Mark 23s or USPs, I think, for one of his past runs.
I remember watching that run. So unfortunately with the Swans we saw a slight lack of precision. I'm hoping we see a little bit more for the recursives as they pop up. They should be arriving very soon.
And there they are. First one's down quick.
This one's down.
And the second one.
Yeah, lovely and precise there.
Power of slowing down just a little bit to make sure you make your shots.
Make your shots count and they will work for you.
Moving on to hold 4, the worst hold in this seed, J hallway.
There's the option for an SMG. This is a good time to get one. It's going to be high cap. You're looking at something like a P90, MP7, QC9 with drums.
Unfortunate ammunition on that roll, though. Dragon's Breath out of that ammo station.
Yeah, that shotgun's of limited use, unfortunately. Doesn't want to go for the other option for accuracy volume, though. He's not gone for the SMG.
Considering how much he's been relying on the pistols, I am truly curious what he's going to try and go for now.
I mean, he might be holding out for a assault rifle or something. And gets the option for a 6-pointer here.
We usually love to see that. Let's see if he does.
He's got the points for it, despite, you could argue, wasting some before.
He's
with
thinking about it.
rerolls.
He should take it.
Doesn't
He
have
rolled
the
it
option
away.
to sell the C though. So he can't get more points. Oh, going for this shotgun. AA12, okay.
AA12 with a drum mag.
That's a lovely roll for him.
Realizing now that he can't recycle his previous firearms.
Yep, you want to recycle when you have the option.
Ooh, and he accidentally rolled away another point.
That's painful to see. He does have enough pockets for his weapons, so that's not the end of the world.
He does have enough pockets. And now he has a double aught buck he can use for his Benelli.
Yep. If he'd gone for that 1-point roll on the bolt action rifle earlier, he would, on the balance of things, almost certainly have a red dot now, which would help with the AA12. Those iron sights are a little bit awkward.
Well, meta chasing is one thing that we certainly can't accuse Droid of.
Definitely not.
Teaching the guards
Oh.
the basics of CQC.
He is not struggling too much with those iron sights.
Definitely taking advantage of the accuracy by volume with the number of projectiles coming out of that shotgun.
Hoytastic has compared sights to aiming by lining up 2 Eiffel Towers.
That's accurate.
It's not far off.
The shotgun isn't, or the sights aren't at least, but that is.
And Hoytastic is giving us a little bit of feedback on why he didn't go for the 6-point AR last run. He says they're bad luck.
What are you talking about? Their bad luck.
I think they're great,
Interfacing with system node.
especially with
Hold this
the
position.
changes to the ammunition station where you can upgrade your magazines.
Ever since we got the upgrade stations for the magazines, the 6-point AR has been a much more reliable and, some would argue, the best roll.
Well, indeed, if you roll an AR earlier rather than later, you have more chances to get good ammunition, and that's a really unfortunate reload there. He was reloading while encryption's popped.
Encryption neutralized.
We see that way
it's a
too
good
often.
clear nonetheless.
The recursives
Advancing next system
popping
node.
in right in the middle of a reload.
Analyzing system.
Anton's watching
Right.
and he times it.
Let's try and count these stealth encryptions, shall we?
Let's see.
I think there's 5 unless there's anything round the corner.
I think 4 or 5.
4, 5, 6.
Oh, I see 5. Yeah, 5.
Nothing around here, 5.
One thing I will say about J-Hall is that unless you're standing right in this corner, it's one that forces you to be fairly mobile, both when
Stealth
maximizing your kills and hunting down encryptions.
And that's it. Very well hunted down there.
Very
What last
smooth
around
shooting.
the corner,
to next system
showing. One thing he's shown is that movement during encryption phases can be very effective. Even with that last encryption around the corner, he didn't waste time looking for it. He just knew it had to be around there and went for it.
He has been showing great skill in moving and shooting at the same time.
Oh, that's one thing that you can definitely count on Twin Stick player for.
Usually it can be a little bit harder since you have to take more motion into account, but he's been doing a good
Is he a
job of
Twin
it.
Stick player?
That must be Twin Stick.
Oh,
Yeah,
it is. Yep,
That
I
is
can
Twin
see the I can see the icon to show and the toggle on the controller.
arm swinger supremacy, but I'll respect the Twin Stick.
Just seeing the Vive ones. I believe with the Vive ones that Twin Stick probably is not the ideal, just due to having to switch contacts.
And that was an unfortunately slow agile clear, having some trouble with the spread at close range.
Yeah, you really want a bit of distance on those encryption nodes, and the sights, the iron sights are so high above the bore that they make it hard to aim. And he was trying to point shoot, but that's one of the flaws of the AA-12 in my opinion. The gun isn't straight. It forms a giant wedge, which makes it relatively hard to point shoot. You don't have that definitive top and bottom to it that you
The
can aim
biggest
along.
drawback to the AA-12, I would say, would be that being an open bolt gun, you have that very slight delay after you pull the trigger before it fires.
Exactly, it's slight, but if you're turning, for example, that can be 20-30 degrees off target.
It's enough to throw your aim off if you're not ready for it.
Exactly. Or if you're just trying to shoot quick targets like Agiles.
Also that.
Fantastic. It's less that it's hard to acquire at close range, and more that agiles are tiny. You can acquire quickly with the AA-12 irons. That's not a problem. But acquiring quickly and adjusting for the elevation and the size of the target, that's a different problem altogether.
With a fifth of a second delay between when you pull the trigger and when it actually fires.
Mm-hmm. It's just compounded all those little things that can just be enough to add up to your encryption jump to its next position. That looks like O2 to me. He's discarding it.
I think that was double aught. It was a little red, I think.
It was rather red. Well, either way, he's going for double aught.
Finally getting a shotgun roll that is not slugs or dragon's breath.
I mean, he could have put the double aught in there when he rolled the AA-12.
True.
It's nice to see that he's finally done it.
Rolling some power-ups, got the ghost weenie.
Well, that's going to give him survivability. I presume he's planning to use that on the speed meet
Hold this position.
Most
in
people
hold
do.
5, which has just started.
Analyzing
Hold
system.
5, purple room.
I believe that is 6 clouds.
At least 6. 7.
7, yeah. Okay, this is going to be a nice, I say nice, a busy stealth clear.
Stealth
It moved up to the corner
On
so
to-
we can get a better
drop
view of the
1.
room.
4, 5, 1, 5, 6,
Ooh,
Oh, he's
taking
out.
a couple hits, having to reload.
and getting shot at, just spamming shots at the last one. Takes out the 7th encryption.
advancing to
That
next
instinctive
system node.
shooting giving him a fair amount of trouble on one of those stealths.
Analyzing system.
Well, they're down at least.
They
He
are
didn't
down.
use his stealth, his ghost sausage. He still has that in his pocket.
He also has his health weenie.
Yep. So even though he got tripped, he didn't lose much health on that. So he's still got it for the speed meet.
Doing a pretty good job of
so he-
keeping control of the room with this pistol.
Oh, he really is.
Agile
We'll see how he does on the agiles, which have just popped. He does indeed pop the ghost, switches to the AA-12. 1 down, 2 down. He's getting
Taking more careful aim with
better
the
point
AA-12
shooting with
now.
it. He's getting a bit better at the point shooting with it as well, up close. And
that was a
aiming
fairly
effectively with the
smooth
sights
agile.
at range. Yeah.
Analyzing system.
Okay, so we're on to the last round now. Just the tier 3 armored SOSIGs. And honestly, the API pistol is probably the best round he has for this.
I would
He
say
doesn't
so.
have the penetration, but that fire just acts like bleed damage.
Although API or not, we are seeing the biggest limitation for his weapons right now, which is lack of armor penetration.
Indeed.
He's having
He
some
just needs to
trouble
keep-
keeping those breachers down.
He needs to set them on fire multiple times, really. So just spamming shots in, essentially. The AA-12 can work, aim for the neck.
As just demonstrated.
Yeah. That will shoot them in the face multiple times. They fall over, shoot them in the head. I think we're going to see the encryption pop very soon.
I think he has another wave
Top of his
before it
health,
comes in.
takes out the SOSIG.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
A nice lineup on all those nodes on the regen. And a
Using the
fairly quick
capacity
clear.
and spread of the AA-12 to clear it nice and quickly.
The 195,
Okay.
100.
Tokens found.
195, 100. Okay, so looking at the prediction, we have one person who is about to get a nice big payout in channel points. And there we go.
Who won?
Give me a second. I'm just noting down his score first.
Oh, I got you.
Okay, thank you very much.
The final score of 204, 855.
I'm not Starkey RU just won 2.6 thousand channel points.
Very
So
nice,
well
very
done.
nice.
Okay, let's bring Joyd back into the room.
Let's get him in.
Hi there, Joyd.
Hey,
Welcome back.
hello.
Hello.
So, how you feeling about that run?
Uh, Not the prettiest run I had in terms of the RNG. Well, I got pretty good guns, which mostly refers to A12, but in terms of the ammo, I got like uh, a regular buckshot with third attempt, and just by buying the A12 itself. Uh, Lucky me that I had API rounds for my CZ75, but oh my god, I didn't know CZ75 was that bad. Jesus, the sights aren't great. The grip angle is weird. The magwell is holy shit. I'm getting so much pain inserting the magazine. I love this gun IRL, but in this game, yeah, I'm disappointed. I never been able to play with it uh, for quite a bit, but yeah, uh, thanks to API or this run were a disaster, I think. But yeah, the score is all right. The score is pretty good.
Definitely
I
had
was going to
poor
say,
luck on your ammo rolls.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I was going to say that it seemed like you liked that gun.
No, not really.
You spent a lot of points getting it.
Yeah, then this is what I got. Sadly, could have been much better for a 2-point pistol while spending so much on rerolls and stuff. But
Yeah. So you re-rolled past an SMG, past the
yeah,
pump action shotgun, past a bolt action, which would have got you essentially a free sight. Um,
eh,
any particular reason you didn't go for those rolls?
I really wanted a pistol. Just as this is what I'm this is what I'm about. I like pistols and
Just
shotguns,
really,
and
really wanted that pistol. Okay.
Fair
yeah,
enough. You know what you like, I guess.
yeah. Honestly, with a handgun, it's not much. It's not much of a lose for me. I know the SMGs are kind of a meta stuff, and I didn't need a sight really for speaking about that bolt action. But yeah, I really want a handgun, and it would be great if I get a Kimbo handguns. But yeah, my luck um, wasn't getting me there this time. But yeah, this one handgun wasn't the greatest experience of all time with handguns. But yeah, that worked. That worked all right.
So you're still carrying that revolver, and are you still carrying the shorty gun
Oh,
as well?
I left it on only because back when I didn't have the A12, I just left it for just in case, just to have it as secondary. Didn't get to use it. I don't know, forgot to sell it. Yeah. Also, my RNG in terms of the the how they supply points. I think I didn't have a single time when I got free supply points. I only had two, which is
Only two, yeah.
kind of a bummer. Yeah,
It
weird.
happens. Um, but they are at least predictable in terms of alternating between the magazine upgrade and
Yeah,
the item seller. So
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
can of course take that into account when planning your build, essentially.
hmm
Some members of chat also curious why you didn't get the 6-point AR. I guess you passed it up in favor of pistols. You get a little
Yeah, yeah,
pistolier
yeah.
here.
Same thing here. And I also wanted. Basically, I only bought the auto shotgun only because I wanted to get an ammo for it, because I knew for sure that I'm gonna get a full auto shotgun, which is gonna be like A12 and that Russian piece of crap, and then that AR like random thing, and they all spawn with buckshot, as far as I know, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
this is the only reason I bought it. I wanted a good ammo for my M4, um, and I was ready to get a shitty shotgun, but I get an A12, so I stick with that. But
Hmm.
yeah, that was only because of the crappy luck with my ammo refiller that got me like two Dragon's Breath and I think two times logs.
Well,
Yes.
we may question your rolls, but we cannot argue with the results.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the results
definitely.
are pretty fine for the weird, let's say that way, RNG in terms of the gear. Luckily, I had at least like one Sosic to help me with the last hold.
Yeah, you did pretty well against his agiles considering your weapon loadout.
Yeah.
You struggled earlier on a little bit with the point shooting with the A12, but you definitely
Yeah.
improved by hold 5. Okay, so as we mentioned earlier, up against Perambulation, who is running in, I think, about a day or so. Let me just double check. Perambulation is running in about a day and a half.
Right.
Do you have anything to say to your opponent prior to his run?
I don't know. I guess good luck with your run. Be better at your guns. I think that's it.
Fair
Okay
enough.
then. I will
Well,
just
with that,
ask if there's any more questions from chat before we go. If not, our next stream is Hoyt versus Fappington in approximately 2 hours from now.
not seeing anything
So,
forthcoming from chat, I think we'll
mhm.
call it a run.
Okay, so thank you very much, Droid, for your run.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Good luck in going through. And for everyone watching, we shall see you hopefully in about 2 hours.
Catch you next
Thank you
time.
very
Take
much.
care.
See you around.